Welcome back, everyone, to Mommy Talk Show. We are taping here at Return to Eden, our location sponsor. I'll be telling you more about them below this post here on mommytalkshow.com. Right now, I want to talk about a topic called estate planning. It's something that we all need to do as parents. We need to write things out and say what would happen in the event of the death of, one or more parent, where your child is going to be, who's going to care for them, where your belongings are going to go. And I think a lot of people have a fear of estate planning. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to think about it. But Kathy actually won a giveaway for estate planning on Mommy Talk Show. But what took you so long to even make that first step to start writing your will and getting prepared?
Well, it's funny because, first of all, thank you so much. I'm a big fan of Mommy Talk Show, and
Thank you.
it's been great to win the giveaway. So people enter giveaways.
Thank you.
Basically, when we did our prenatal class, like before having the baby, the person that we did it with was the one that mentioned it. She was like, "What happens if for any reason you guys are in a car accident? Who's gonna get who's gonna keep the baby? What's gonna happen?" So we started thinking about that, and it just took us a long while, I guess, because you want to put it off. You don't want to think about that, especially the first couple months. But now baby's getting older and everything. We just thought this is a good way to show her we love her. Having something set up so that, God forbid, anything happens, there's a plan, So it took us a while, I guess, because you don't want to really think about it, but we do want to do it now because it's a way to show her we love her,
I think that's a really good way to think about it. You want to show your child, I love you, I care about you. So if something does happen to me, I want to make sure you're with someone else who loves you and cares about you. So I'm glad that you won, and you're going to be setting up with Sophia Byers, the attorney, who you got the giveaway through. Shout out to Sophia for doing the giveaway on Mommy Talk Show. Amy, have you done any estate planning for your daughter? And if you haven't, what's been holding you back?
Okay, well, I have a little unique perspective of this. My mother was diagnosed with HIV back in 1993, and she did a living will right around the time I was about 16, and I was there to witness it and everything of that nature. She died in 96.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. So when my daughter got about 5 years old, I, contacted the person I want to take care of her should something happen to me. I went to some little free thing and, made out a will. I, registered it with the state of Georgia, and I gave it to the person who has it now. Like, if something happens to me, this is it. Like, this is what I want. So, I have it in place, and I couldn't be happy with my decision of doing it so early because I already knew, everything I wanted. I knew where I wanted my daughter to go, because she's an only child. So, I just because my mother was so sick,
right?
I guess it just was always in me to do it. So
because of what you experienced, you had that forethought.
Exactly.
To know that's what I need to do.
Exactly.
Now, Sherry, when I mentioned, the fear of estate planning and putting it off, were you nodding because you and your husband have been putting it off?
Well, I guess I'm kind of naive thinking, okay, nothing will ever happen to us. I guess I just never really thought about it. So we definitely have not thought about it at all. But my mom was diagnosed last year with cancer, and she's doing great, but I guess, things really hit me hard. Like, okay, I guess something can happen. So, we'll definitely, we still haven't really discussed it, but I guess, I definitely think it's time now that we actually had something in our family close to us happen to us. So it's definitely something I guess it's time to talk about.
And it's something we need to do because I think we all think you don't want to wait for something to happen, because by the time something happens, it's too late. You could get sick and not be able to communicate and say what you would like to happen. And, it's something that we said we were going to do the same way, but we need to do it too. Like, we've elected that I want my brother to be AJ's guardian if something happens. But I'm like, we have got to get that in writing, because you don't want your family to have to stress about it and make it be dramatic or anything like that. I mean, a tragedy is bad enough, and then when you haven't laid your plan out, I think that really complicates it and makes it worse. So if you are out there and you're a parent and you haven't done your estate planning yet, you definitely need to consult an attorney that you trust. There's also, you can go to LegalZoom.com, you can go to different places and actually write your own will, and like Amy said, file it with the state of Georgia, and it's still legal. So that is my bit of advice for you. I'm Joyce Brewer. You're watching Mommy Talk Show.